Namaste, guys. ChristianRLong, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big, beautiful shout out on this Sunday evening here in Denver, Colorado at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. We're jumping on for our daily dose of growth, challenges designed to grow your soul and help you become a better person. Yes, this is my real hair, and no, I'm not having a bad hair day. It just is what it is. Karen, Namaste. Just been one of those days. That's all. One of those days. Took a nice salt bath. Didn't really fix my hair before heading out the door. And this is what we're left with. So we're jumping on, and we're covering our challenge that we did earlier this morning at 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. And so every morning at 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time, we have a challenge. The challenge is designed to stretch you in some way, shape, or form in some area of your life. Typically, the challenges take 15 minutes or less to do, and you have 10, count them, 10 hours to do those challenges. And then this time, 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, we jump on and we say, all right, everyone, those of you who did the challenge, you say, I did it, I didn't do it, we did it, we didn't do it, to take ownership, responsibility, and accountability for no sound from me. Can you guys hear me? Namaste, Suresh. Yes, no, thumbs up, thumbs down. You can't really do a thumbs down. Actually, can you do a thumbs down? You could give me like a meanie face. Meanie face for thumbs down, thumbs up for thumbs up. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Aha, perfecto. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you. Okay, so you guys can hear me. All right, so our challenge today, pretty simple to do. What was it? Challenge number 27, you whip out your little journal, your challenge journal, and you go, okay, challenge 27, this is what it was. This was my awareness as he was giving the challenge, during the challenge, and then after the challenge. What did I realize? Okay, well, today's challenge is kind of cool. And it's one I pulled directly from Grandmaster Cho Kuk Sui's Miracles Through Pranic Healing book. Miracles Through Pranic Healing. Loud and clear? Perfect. Good. Joanna, Namaste. Jessica, get your microphone fixed. Get on top of it. I did it. Yay. Tina and Elena, they did it. Yay. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Jillian, Namaste. Good to have you on. Jillian, we always get you on in the evenings. Sometimes we get you on in the mornings, but it's always good to have you regardless. So the challenge was to find the biggest, healthiest, fullest tree that you could find in your neighborhood. Now, it could have been a 1 mile radius, could have been a 10-mile radius, but within reason. Haleja, Namaste. Within reason. She did it. Yay. Very good. Excellent. Jessica says, okay, well, my phone's being its usual self, no sound, but we did it. Before we're worried about ticks during the felt peace, and also took in the surroundings and enjoyed being in the woods, and after agreed it felt amazing, want to hug our trees more often. That's nice. So that's maybe where the term tree hugger came from, right? In the hippie era of the 1960s and the mid 60s, tree huggers, people that were always outside, lounging around, smoking pot, having sex, being irresponsible. Chrissy, Namaste, looking for the new world order, looking to be in start their own communes where everyone was taking. Olivia, Namaste, where everyone was taking care of each other, right? And it's funny because I have lived in those kinds of environments for short periods of time, and I also know people who have been brought up in those environments from since 5 years old until they were late teens, and then I know people that went into those environments in their 20s and 30s and had stayed there for a long time. So I've got kind of the spectrum of what it's like to be the quote-unquote hippified lifestyle. And the hippies of the 60s are much, much different than the hippies of today's age. I guess that would be a topic or a conversation for another day. It's glitchy, very glitchy. Okay. Peaceful. Good. What else? So we're talking about awareness. When you found this big, big tree in your neighborhood that was healthy, not a baby tree, not a sapling, not a medium-sized tree, not a tree that's half dead, but a tree that is big, healthy, powerful, and strong, you invoke, meaning you ask God and the great ones in the energy and the being of the tree for any and all excess energies, clean excess energies, I should have qualified that, excess energies from the tree to absorb into your body. And you put your hands on the tree and you do a breathing technique called 7-1-7-1 breathing. 7-1-7-1 breathing. And in the process of doing that, you're what? You're absorbing the excess energy from that tree. So why not a baby tree? Baby trees don't have a lot of, Lori Ottman, I'm going to say, a lot of excess energy. Aha, good job, Karen, you caught that. Baby trees don't have a lot of excess energies. Medium trees have more excess energy, but not as much as a big, healthy tree. Also, a sick tree, you're going to be robbing or taking the energy that that tree needs to heal itself and grow. You're going to be taking it, so it doesn't have the capacity to get better. Okay? So far, so good. So when you do this, especially with pine trees, because of the quality of energy that pine trees have, when you absorb it into your body, it energizes your etheric body. So you have your physical body, right? That body that we can see, and then interpenetrating the physical body is the etheric body, which is typically 2 to 4 inches out, goes in, and 2 to 4 inches out, and is a exact model of the physical body. So you have etheric eyeballs, you have an etheric lips, etheric mouth, etheric cheeks, etheric brain, etheric organs, etheric everything. You have an actual blueprint of your physical body in your etheric body. So if you want to change your physical body energetically, you can change your etheric body, which is the blueprint, which over time will change the physical body. Can we give our energy to help plants? Yes, absolutely. Great question. So with this challenge, in general, a big, strong, healthy tree has a stronger etheric body than we do, right? So it's radiating lots of etheric energy that we can place our hands on, and by doing 7-1-7-1 breathing, we absorb the excess. That's the key word, the excess. We don't want to absorb the energy it needs to heal itself and to grow. We want all the excess energies, right? So as we're absorbing it, it expands our etheric bodies. So this technique is taught and talked about in greater detail in Grandmaster Cho Kok-Sui's book, Miracles Through Pranic Healing, which was originally called The Art and Science of Pranic Healing. So Tina says, it's actually my neighbor's tree, and it's planted right up against our fence, and it's huge and overpowering into our yard. So I've always been aggravated by it. But with this challenge, I actually felt love for it. Ah, very good. Nothing is working. It's very glitchy. Olivia, sign off, sign back on. Sign off, sign back on, and see if it works better. Maybe try a different part of the house. Maybe go outside. Maybe go inside, right? You're not disempowered. Figure it out. Come to the conclusion. Oops, hold on, everyone. So Karen says, before I was worried that people will see me and think I'm crazy. Welcome to my world. Maybe snap a photo and create a meme of it. During amazing wave of energy, I felt a little high. Very good. Almost like I became part of the tree. After, grateful, energized, and peaceful. Perfect. Olivia's crying. No more crying, Olivia. Be proactive, girl. So that's a good point that Karen is making, that originally she was feeling weird before the challenge, like, what are people going to think? I'm touching this tree. I'm being a tree hugger. Maybe they think I'm a botanist or something like that. During it, she was doing the technique and enjoying the process, and then she felt energized afterwards and peaceful, because you're getting lots of excess energy. So when you're physically sick, you do this technique. When you're emotionally sick, you do this technique. Very, very powerful. It's also very grounding. Some of the effect that you guys might have had is tingling in your hands. When your hands start tingling, it means you received enough energy. So you don't have to keep doing the technique. That's why, in general, 7-1-7-1 breathing for 7 cycles on the tree is enough to receive the energy. And then, yes, as Tina was saying, felt in love with this tree because part of it deals with you're experiencing oneness. You're experiencing oneness. By the way, as a side note, the plant kingdom, as I understand it, the plant kingdom does not have a mental body, but they have a partially formed emotional body. They don't have a mental body, but they have a partially formed emotional body. Interesting, right? Olivia goes, what's going on? Okay, so Suresh said, had to drive a while to find a big tree easily accessible, right? Hey, get off my property. Found one, did the invocation, asked permission, afterwards asked God and the great ones to bless the tree, thanked him. I felt fresh and clean in the mind after doing it. It was interesting and fun. Red ants bit me a lot, though. That's funny. Red ants bit you a lot. Okay, so that kingdom at that time, they're like, hey, you're in our space. This is our area. Chrissy says glitches when internet signal isn't strong. Correct. Thank you for Chrissy for typing that in for her. Oops. All I heard was ticks. That was the first thing we talked about. So Joanna says, Atma Namaste. I did it. Before I did, I was excited. I love connecting to nature. It was beautiful. I was still and felt so connected to the tree. It became very windy and at times calm. I actually felt as if I were part of the tree. Excellent. Oneness. Good. I even felt as though I were swaying with the wind like the tree. It became calm at times and peaceful. It was quite cold, so it was at times hard to stay focused, but I did it. And it was so amazing. After I felt so grateful for being one with the nature because trees and nature have so much to bless us, all of us with. Correct. It was very powerful. Then a glitch. So very, very good awareness, Joanna. Excellent awareness. So you experienced peace. You felt energized. You felt oneness with the tree. You had a greater appreciation for nature and our connection to nature. So again, as Grandmaster Cho Kuksu would say, there are many, many spiritual truths that are hiding in plain sight, right? So most of you didn't realize, there's a huge tree right here actually, most of you didn't realize that you could absorb, with permission, the excess energy of a tree to heal your physical, etheric, and emotional bodies. Now you know how to do that. Pine trees are the best because of the type of energy they radiate. So there are secrets hiding in plain sight. Very, very powerful. Also, do you realize that now you have experience? Jenny, Abba Namaste. Now you have the experience of the technique. What if the challenge comes around, we talked about it in the morning, whatever challenge it is, and then in the evening I talk about the challenge and you never did it? Think about how limited your understanding and experience would be from the person who did it versus the person who didn't do it. Do you see how powerful that is? Those of you who did it have great opportunity to go, wow, that's beautiful. That's an amazing experience. Really, really cool, right? So, my little interesting story about the power of trees. Sarah, namaste. This is one from back in the Dizzy in Sarasota. When my ex-wife and I were living in a house with our very, very young son, and a friend of mine came to stay with us for about a year. She was a fellow practitioner, a pranic healer, and a Hatha yogi, and she'd taken many, many classes with Master Choa. And one of the classes that she took was psychic self-defense for home and office. So in the backyard, we had a giant, and when I say giant, I mean like enormous cactus. Not the cactus with the super long needles, but a cactus with little baby needles, but it like took up, I don't know, like maybe half the size of a tractor trailer. Half the size of a tractor trailer. Think about that. It's a big cactus. And so Sarah says, I didn't do it. Thank you, Sarah, for your honesty. Thank you for your accountability. I appreciate you. Olivia said, okay, me and Mom is just going to catch up and watch this tomorrow because no sound of mine is glitchy skippy. Not a problem, girl. Love you guys. So there's a technique for programming cactuses for purification purposes. This was a super big, super healthy, super bright cactus, physically. Very, very strong. Who knows? It was probably 20 years old, at least. It had been growing in this backyard, or our backyard, for a very long time, well before we bought the house. So my friend, who's a practitioner, she goes, well, the neighborhood's really heavy, really congested, and why don't we use the tree, its big healthy and vitality, to cleanse and purify the whole neighborhood? So she went up to the cactus and she did a special kind of program or instruction to the cactus for it to take care of the negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative energies in an entire neighborhood, right? And within 1 month of her doing that, the cactus was completely dead. Within 1 month. This was a 20-year cactus that had thrived in the neighborhood, but she programmed it, instructed it to do a certain thing because they don't have, remember we talked about plants don't have a mental body. They can't resist instructions. They have emotional bodies, but they don't have mental bodies. So they can't fight whatever you tell them to do or not do. They don't have the will, right? So isn't it interesting? She did that and it absorbed the energy in the entire neighborhood and it ended up dying within a month. Powerful. So that's why out of loving kindness, oh, sweetheart. So out of loving kindness to loving kindness to the beings of the tree, to the nature spirits and elementals and devas, we ask for permission. And then we also look for the biggest tree possible. So, Jeanette, namaste. So we don't rob that tree of the energy it needs to be strong and healthy. So Joanna says, this was white pine, the tree of life, and the tree of peace to the 6 nations. It is also for medicine with upper respiratory breathing. Interesting. They make a tea of the needles, and it helps with breathing. The same goes with cedar. I've heard that before. Awesome. So that's our challenge for today, and that was our discussion for today. Really, really powerful. Again, spiritual truths are hiding in plain sight all the time. And it's interesting, we might look at somebody who's sitting in meditation, a yogi, who's practicing oneness with their higher self and oneness with God, and they're sitting still with their eyes closed, and we might think, wow, that's the most boring thing I've ever seen. Why? Because we're comparing it to what the person is doing on the outside in the external world. All we see is them with their eyes closed, right? But their inner world and the practices and places that they're going and the things that they're learning are infinite and very, very difficult to comprehend. Tamara, namaste. Very, very difficult to comprehend. So, what's the old saying? Don't judge a book by its cover. So, don't judge a still yogi by how still he is or still she is. It's a great, great world. And we're very, very lucky to get a scratch of understanding of that world, of the inner world, for the purpose of soul and self-realization. So, that being said, for those of you who need healing, feel free to reach out to me directly at my website, ChristianRLong.com. Many of you have been taking advantage of the different promotions that we've been offering, which is awesome, allowing us to serve you, to heal you, to transform you, and take you to the next level of your life. So, go to ChristianRLong for that. And then catch us tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time for another daily dose of growth, challenges designed to grow your soul and help you become a better person. Joanna says it was very amazing, this challenge. Denise, Jessica, and I did this before at the shrine of Saint Katura. You're very welcome, Tina. I will enjoy my night. You as well. And I look forward to connecting with you guys very, very soon. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma Namaste. Bye-bye.